I'm Mary Bogert. I'm the general manager here of the facility, and I'm very grateful that each of you took time out of your busy schedules to be with us today for what we think is very exciting news. We're here today to celebrate the Center's achievement of LEED certification. We have been awarded LEED certification silver status by the U.S. Green Council for existing buildings. This was a 4-year endeavor, and it happened with an administration and a mayor who was very passionate about sustainability, with a staff here at the center led by our Director of Operations and Event Services, Jason Wilgorn, and his team, by our food and beverage operation, led by that director, Kim Beats, an entire staff it took to make it happen, along with several partners. We partnered with Emma Resco, who is the city's energy partner. We also partnered with CalSand, who helped us through the green cleaning chemicals portion of the certification. I want to take a moment and just explain to you how significant I think it is. It's actually challenging for convention centers. It's easy to build a building LEED certified, but to go into retrofit a building is a little bit more difficult. It's easy to go in and change the systems, and in a moment I'll tell you what we did to make that happen. But it's particularly daunting for a convention center, because what happens is once you retro the building and you submit your application, you go through what's called a review phase. It takes about a year. And what the building council does is they compare your energy consumption, your carbon footprint, if you will, based on the previous year or the year before that. And if you can imagine it, it's much more daunting here, because our volumes of business change. You can't compare year over year, month versus month, or even week versus week. And so it really took that team hunkering down and going after every point that they could get. And I'm really, really proud of them. I'm proud of their commitment. So they are to be congratulated. Some of the things that we did to retro the building is we added 450 panel solar system. We have 2 systems on our rooftop, a 30 kilowatt system and a 90 kilowatt system. So we have 120 kilowatts of solar energy. Some of it comes into the building. Some of it goes back to KUB's grid. We've added energy efficient boilers, a 30-ton air-cooled chiller, window energy film on these windows here on the park concourse that enable us to keep the heat out in the summer and the heat in the winter. We added a new domestic hot water system, and then we retroed all the light fixtures and have energy efficient lighting throughout the center. So those are the things that we did in partnership with Emma Resco in the building. All of those changes equate to about $165,000 a year in energy savings and out of our budget. So this really truly was a win-win all the way around. Other things that we have done in order to gain LEED certification is our in-house food and beverage operation, SABRE, has implemented initiatives, green initiatives. We have a farm-to-table program whereby we try to purchase most of our food and beverage product from within a 90-mile radius of the center. This is great for our local economy. Our local farmers love it. It also provides the freshest ingredients to our convention goers. We also grow herbs right here on property. As you make your way back out, look at the planters along the ballroom turnaround, where we have a gardening competition going on every year. Last year it was department versus department, and we felt that perhaps team building could be better enhanced if we shook that up a little bit. But we've got a gardening competition going on. We're growing herbs out there. We also created a grow room downstairs in an underutilized utility room that was put together and built with items that were left over from events. So we really are committed here at the center to being sustainable, to reducing our carbon footprint, and doing great things for our community and our region. In terms of what this will do from a marketing standpoint, it really does elevate our region, our convention center regionally, but also nationally. We have meeting planners and prospects who actually look for not only buildings that recycle and that are green, but for buildings that are LEED certified. So we hope that this will also equate in bringing tourism to our center and to our city. So I hope that you will join me in congratulating all these individuals who have done such an outstanding job, not only for our center and for our city, but to reduce our carbon footprint. And with that, I'd like to welcome our Mayor, Madeline Rogero, to speak. Thank you. Good morning. Oops. Good morning, everyone. It's great to have you here. Thanks for coming. First I want to recognize some elected officials who are here. I saw we have County Commissioner Mike Brown, my County Commissioner in South Knoxville, and Ed Schaus, everybody's County Commissioner. It's an at-large member. Any other elected officials here that I missed? Well, thank you all for being here. You know, the city, as Mary said, the city of Knoxville is very committed to sustainability. It's something that I ran on as mayor, and it's something that we continue to work on every single day because we want to improve the health of our community and the quality of life for our residents. Our city is on the forefront of green practices and sustainability. Thanks to Susanna Sutherland and our Office of Sustainability. I saw Jake. Where's Jake? There's Jake. Is Susanna here? She's not here today. But they do a fabulous job, as well as really every department in the city. Every one of them has a responsibility for looking at ways to reduce, reuse, recycle, do things in a more energy efficient way. And so we actually have initiatives in our redevelopment department, community development, CAT, our bus, our transit service, our fleet services, engineering, public service, parks and recreation. All of these various departments look at ways that they can be more energy efficient, be more sustainable in what they do. And we also have a city council that is extremely supportive of that. They understand why we invest in these types of improvements, because they know that ultimately, number one, it saves money, it's good for the taxpayers, and number two, it saves our planet. And we have a responsibility to make sure that sustainability is all about making sure that you are using the resources you need, but preserving those resources for future generations. So that's something that we're all very committed to. And in fact, we were just recognized a few weeks ago. I was invited up to Washington to the Energy Efficiency Forum, which is a forum sponsored by the private sector, companies that are involved in energy efficient products and services, and they recognized Knoxville as a leader in energy efficiency. So I was very proud to accept that on behalf of the city. So in 2008, the city was declared a solar city by the U.S. Department of Energy. We were Solar America City. We were the first city in the nation to receive this distinction. Through this initiative, we increased the city's solar power from 15 kilowatts to more than 1 megawatt in 3 years. And so, as Mary mentioned, on the roof of this facility, we placed 450 panel solar installation. I see some solar panels right behind us there. And so that feeds more than 120 kilowatts into KUB's grid through the assistance of our energy partner, Ameresco, and a grant from the U.S. Department of Energy. And as Mary mentioned, the energy from these panels goes back into the KUB TVA power grid and provides clean power to the region and ultimately reduces energy costs for the city and our taxpayers. It's really great that the Knoxville Convention Center is the first convention center in the state to achieve LEED certification for an existing building. And you know, what she mentioned is really true. It's a lot easier to get it when you build it than to come back later and to do the retrofit. So we are very proud of this distinction. And the convention, because you all know, for a lot of people, the convention center is the first thing they really see in Knoxville. Tourists come in or conference attendees come in, and this is what they see. And to have this type of model for what represents our community is outstanding. Our city and the convention center are leading the way nationally in green initiatives. In fact, other convention centers are now looking to Mary and her team as a blueprint for how to do their own facilities. So that's something that we can be very proud of. Currently, the city of Knoxville is participating in the Department of Energy's Better Buildings Challenge, and we have pledged to reduce our energy expenditure by 20% by the year 2020. So the energy savings signified by the LEED certification of the Convention Center is a huge step towards reaching that goal. The city of Knoxville is grateful
to have wonderful partners as we, like the Convention Center and many of you here in this room, as we continue to make Knoxville a cleaner, greener, and healthier place for all of our residents. Again, I want to thank Mary Bogert and her team, all of her team, the various departments, everybody who's figuring out a way to reduce, to reuse, and to recycle, and to be more energy efficient. So again, join me in congratulating them for the great work that they do.
Thank you, Mayor. I just noticed that Gloria Johnson, our state representative, has joined us, so I'd like to recognize Gloria. Also, at this time, I would like to welcome David Anderson, who is our partner with Amoresco, to speak, say a few words. David is the Executive Vice President of Business and Development for Amoresco, and I know that they have a great partnership with the City of Knoxville.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to thank the Mayor, Mary Bogert, for inviting us to join the celebration here today. We started working with the City of Knoxville and the Convention Center back in 2009 to develop a comprehensive energy efficiency renewable energy project under a performance-based contract. A performance-based structure allows the City and the Convention Center to fund this project without increasing any taxes and without increasing its utility budget. It's being funded on a complete budget-neutral basis from energy savings that result from the technology improvements that have been provided to the city and to the Convention Center. The project also took advantage of historically low interest rates, which allows for a greater scope of work for the project. And as you can see from some of the news publications lately, interest rates are on the verge of maybe going upward, so the timing was excellent for the city and the Convention Center. This particular project addressed approximately 2 million square feet of building space, 104 buildings, 40 ball fields and parks, and 3 golf courses. Technology improvements included photovoltaics, water conservation, energy management systems, lighting retrofits, lighting controls, HVAC improvements, boiler and chiller replacements, pool cover installations, and solar hot water heater systems. This comprehensive list of improvements represents an investment of approximately $13.8 million. Again, it was completely funded through energy savings. The resulting savings yields over 20,000 kilowatts of savings, 11.8 million kilowatt hours, and almost 6,000 MMBTUs of savings on an annual basis. This translates to $1.1 million a year in savings and over $19 million of savings over the life of the 18-year contract. During the project implementation, we were asked to collaborate with the city and the Convention Center to support the LEED application process by conducting an assessment study as well as documentation to support the application for the U.S. Green Building Council. The Convention Center project included several energy efficiency and renewable energy improvements which provided significant support to the application while saving over $165,000 a year in energy costs. I would like to take this opportunity to commend and recognize the Amoresco team, some of the key members that played a significant role both in the performance contract and the LEED application, and they include John Lockhart, Lindsay Wiesner, and John Clark, who are all here with us today. And in closing, we applaud the City of Knoxville and the Convention Center for their commitment to environmental stewardship and leadership and sustainability. Amoresco is a proud, valued partner, and we congratulate the Convention Center for earning the prestigious LEED Silver certification and also demonstrating their vision to the municipal community. Thank you.
Thank you, David. At this time, I'd like to call up a few individuals and present you with a plaque for the role that you played in assisting us with this. Also, I'm going to hold up our LEED Silver plaque. This is going to be hung, excuse me, in the Convention Center. And Mayor, if you wouldn't mind to stay back when we're done handing these out, we'd like to get a few photographs with all of our partners and you with our plaque. We also are going to be doing a lot of branding, obviously, with this information. So upon your departure today, you'll start to notice that our marquee and the plasmas throughout the building, all of our social media outlets, our emails, everything will be bombarded with the fact that we're LEED certified because we want to get business from this. So anyway, without further ado, I'd like to call up and present a plaque that's been given to us by the U.S. Green Building Council for all those that were instrumental in helping us achieve this goal. Justin Lockhart with Amoresco, thank you. Lindsay Wiesner with Amoresco. Jared Chapman with Amoresco could not be here today, so if one of you would like to. Teresa Farmer with Kelsand, and Teresa could not be with us today, so is Monty Kilburn here to accept on her behalf? So we would like to thank all these individuals, our partners, for your help in helping us achieve this goal. I also would like to direct your attention, we have some refreshments over there, our green punch, and we have a little seed packet for you to take with you, and if you'll notice, it's time. It's time to lead the way, and on the back of it is our LEED certification logo and some of that branding that you're going to be seeing as we move beyond this press conference. So thank you very, very much for being with us today. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.